Yesterday it was 1,300 cases. I forgot to give you this headline. Now they're reporting it's 44,000 cases, excuse me. I mean, this is just ridiculous. And deep-seatedly, it's not even exhaustion I'm feeling, it's anger so intense that it just makes me feel sick. You know that type of anger that's so far down in your gut, in the pit of your stomach, that it's the type of anger where you just would be a killing machine if you actually got in a fight? That's how I feel right now. I'm so sick of the sick freaks. I don't know if you joined us at the start of the show, but we went into all the mainline news, Chinese researchers being thrown out of labs in Canada where they had this damn thing, Bill and Melinda Gates funding a group to create it. It's obviously been souped up and is weaponized, and they never get in trouble for it. Trail of the ongoing global crisis that is the coronavirus outbreak. It has a very high death rate. This type of pneumonia-like virus, it's in the same family as SARS, and we've seen the UN, the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, all over this like flies on you-know-what, like white on rice. And of course now it's coming out that most experts believe it's a engineered bioweapon, and that's in the medical reports. You don't just have viruses suddenly mutate out of nowhere that are this deadly. It almost always takes time. And now it turns out, surprise, surprise, here's the CBC. Chinese researchers escorted from infectious disease lab amid RCMP investigation, believing that this woman and her husband and an unknown number of other students from China were removed from Canada's only level 4 lab on July 5th amidst an RCMP investigation of what's been described as possible policy breach. A level 4 virology facility is a lab equipped to work with the most serious and deadly human and animal diseases. So just have folks from China, students in there. No big deal. I mean, you should have an underground base, people guarding it with machine guns. That makes the Arlington Street Lab one of the only handful in North America capable of handling pathogens requiring the highest levels of containment, such as Ebola. Hu is a prominent virologist who helped develop the ZMapp, a treatment for the deadly Ebola virus which killed more than 11,000 people in West Africa. Meetings at the lab, staff were told researchers are on leave for unknown period of time. They're told not to communicate with them. It goes on to say that it's being investigated as espionage. And here's the headline. Did China steal the coronavirus from Canada and weaponize it? And that's what scientists and a lot of experts are asking. We're going to table that for now and come back to it. But China scrambles to contain strengthening virus. Oh, it's getting stronger. Virus death toll in China rises as U.S. prepares evacuation from China. Dow drops 400 points as coronavirus fears rise. Travel stocks slide. Could this be the little trick to make the market go down to hurt America? It's going to hurt China too, but also the U.S. Draconian travel curbs needed to halt the spread of the virus, scientists warn. That's Yahoo News and AFP, but you notice, ladies and gentlemen, that our borders are still wide open. And when folks are coming in untreated from Ebola areas, we're told not to check them or it's racist. But all these other countries have sealed their borders. Philippines should deport 500 Chinese people to prevent the spread of coronavirus. Those that have arrived in the time that it could take for it to incubate, those that could have it hidden in their systems, which is a totally normal move, but we're told, no. Continuing, Mongolia closes border with China amid coronavirus spread. Well, no borders, no walls, no China at all. No Mongolia at all. You're not supposed to have borders. Those are evil, bad things, just ask Bernie Sanders. France evacuating citizens from virus hit Wuhan. But why would you need to leave? I mean, you don't need to leave a place. You don't need to have borders to protect you. You don't need seawalls in areas that are hit by tidal waves. No, you don't need any airbags in your car. You don't need a door on your house. This is ridiculous and very racist too. I think we should pay for everybody in China to come here and get free health care. And take kids that have it and put it in schools with our children. That's what we do with TB, that's drug resistant, and all these other diseases that are exploding here. I mean, we do that. So we should bring folks over here. So Canada's reporting more cases, other countries reporting more cases, the U.S. reporting more cases. Revenge the 12 Monkeys, Nature Science Journal, warned about pathogens escaping Wuhan Level 4 biolab before coronavirus outbreak. Isn't that interesting? Now they're saying that the same virus is being worked on at that Canadian facility. But hey, it's okay. We don't need any borders or walls. We don't need a Philippines or a Japan or South Korea or Mongolia. They should all just open their borders up. Lancet reports a 15% death rate, people being infected with the virus. We hope that study's off. Just reporting it. Just reporting it, ladies and gentlemen. And we'll continue to track it as it unfolds. But Xi Jinping says China is in a grave situation. Fears mount the virus is man-made bioweapon. Major manufacturing hubs shutting down in China amid virus outbreak. Yeah, they're shutting down, but not us. We're still shipping stuff in from China as of this morning. From Wuhan. No borders, no wall. No USA at all. No borders, no walls. No USA at all. There you go. So, I know I haven't talked about Kobe Bryant much today, even though it's the big story. You know, we can look and see what articles are getting the most traffic on InfoWars. The 3 or 4 Kobe Bryant articles and videos are getting half the traffic on InfoWars right now. And I understand I should give the people what they want. A lot of listeners are like, don't cover it, it's pop culture. No, it's important. Because we can get people that only care about pop culture to tune in by covering it. And then they learn everything else. Plus, Kobe Bryant's an interesting person. It's an interesting story. Has a lot of facets I want to cover. I've just been doing my job, I think, in covering the trial of the president and covering the stock market in trouble because of this. And as I said last week, and as I've said yesterday, the globalists have said they want to crash the U.S. economy. And Trump just won the trade war with China. We've been at war with them for decades. By design, Trump just said no more white flags and made them engage in major concessions and made business open in America again. And then, like, night following day, day following night, you got Bill and Melinda Gates running tabletop exercises of 65 million dead with coronaviruses, and you've got them funding the development of a vaccine and patenting this coronavirus, and you've got Chinese researchers all over it, and it's clearly a bioweapon. It's been weaponized, and here it is. And the excuse is, oh, we've got to create weaponized versions in case someone else does, or in case it mutates into this. And then always, you know, the last 4 releases of SARS that killed a lot of people were out of Chinese labs. I mean, that's in the Lancet. That's in. We have articles on Infowars.com linking right to it. I mean, that's a fact. So these labs don't keep us safe. These labs make our lives very, very dangerous. You know, Russia had bioweapons releases on the Chukotka, if I say it right, peninsula and other areas that killed a lot of people. The U.S. has had bioweapon releases that killed a lot of people they tried to cover up. We had a sodium reactor blow up as big as Chernobyl back in the 50s in California. No one was told until 1987. Look it up. So who knows what's going on that we don't know about right now? Who knows? I don't know. I just know this stinks beyond heaven. This is ridiculous what's going on. And this virus is deadly, and it is spreading, and it is here, and the borders are still wide open. Just over the weekend, we reported that the cases of coronavirus could possibly be 10 times higher than the official number. Now it's being confirmed. Wuhan coronavirus update, 44,000 now infected, warned University of Hong Kong researchers. And this article from Natural News links to mainstream news in Hong Kong. Of course, it's way worse than they've been saying. You've seen the people dropping dead and falling down, and the hospitals totally jammed, and dead bodies lying in the corners, and all this craziness. This is big, with major cities completely locked down. Residents left in Wuhan, which China quarantined to stop the coronavirus, are desperately stockpiling food and fuel, leaving empty shelves and prices skyrocketing. Wuhan coronavirus lockdown. We've got enough food to last 10 days. That was 4 days ago. Last week, there I was ordering masks and more food. And then I didn't even come on air and do it myself, because there's that feeling of like, well, I'm pushing it during a crisis. Of course we should promote this during a crisis. It's all the more reason to get prepared and get ready, ladies and gentlemen. I hope this thing peters out, but it doesn't look like that. It looks like it's going to get really, really bad, and people need to have water filtration. They need to have storable food. We've got the very best units out there. And as I told you, I got this call 30 minutes ago, confirmed it, from our great food supplier that produces the InfoWars Select food line, the entire line of My Patriot Supply. And they said, man, it's first ever. All the other big suppliers they know have sold out, can't get food. They are buying ahead a ton of food, but the prices have skyrocketed, and that's in the news as well. If you lock it in now, you will get the food within 7 to 10 days, and the price won't go up. But he said that it may, by tomorrow, be longer if your order gets in later until you get it, and we may have to raise prices yet again. Just gone back to regular price, it's still a great deal. He was calling us to say, listen, surprised you didn't call me the last week. You sell a lot of food, aren't you? And I'm like, yeah. Talking to him during the break. Well, we're having to buy out now. So you can sell out of that food at that price if you want, but we're having to buy out now because it's all basically been sold out, and other people aren't going to be able to do this, so you're going to have to raise prices. I said, well, I totally understand, because we had the lowest prices of the entire My Patriot Supply system. That's how I worked it. So take advantage of this now at InfoWarsStore.com. If you get your order in now, it'll be there within 7 to 10 days. And he doesn't think he'll have to raise prices for 4 or 5 days. And hopefully this thing isn't as bad as it looks like, because, again, that's what I'm really concerned about is my family personally. Again, I was going to go on vacation next week with my children. I was going to work some during it. But looks like that may not happen now. That's how bad and how serious this is. And at a certain point, I've just gotten overwhelmed. People are like, hey, you're pretty relaxed with all this going on. This stuff's gotten so insane. I'm just giving it to God. And God's saying to me, you need to get prepared. You need to get ready. So again, InfoWarsStore.com. Get your Alexa Pure water filtration system, highest rated out there. Not just because we're in a crisis, but because we're already in a crisis with how poison the water is. Everyone should be doing it, and your purchase funds the operation. I've done plugging. You know, I talked about this last segment, and then I've got all this news. I was planning to go to the trial and got a special guest coming up. And now all I'm thinking about is the coronavirus. I personally can't get it out of my mind. So that's why I'm kind of having trouble today talking about other topics, because I'm very, very distracted right now. In fact, we have a guest coming on who's very smart, very pretty, and that's always nice, I'll be honest, when I'm here on air, is to talk to a nice, lovely lady who's running against a very evil lady, Nancy Pelosi. And then I'm very tempted just to cancel that or move it, because I want to open the phones up on coronavirus. But we'll at least get her on for one segment, but then we'll open the phones up for coronavirus. I think this is going to be really bad, folks. It's already bad over in China. Because my gut level feeling, I feel exhausted by it. Just when I think about it, I'm just like, oh, like something you don't want to